Bumming. Right, hello, hello.
Hello,
Welcome
hello.
back. Episode 5. We
We
got
back,
unbanned. Finally, by
we back,
YouTube.
baby.
Yes, yes, we're here. Nice, we're back. So yeah, we got because we had some terrible news from YouTube. They said to us that our account got suspended because we violated some policies that they had in place. We didn't know what we violated. We asked for it back. They said yes. There you go. You can hand it over. So yeah, we don't know why we got banned. We like to talk about what we like to
Mhm.
talk. You're not
I don't know, man. YouTube doesn't
basically.
like us already, bro.
Yeah,
We-
exactly. Yeah, you're not. You're not forced to watch this. You're not forced to listen to it. But we're gonna talk about what we want to talk about. We're gonna have fun with it because we're here.
yeah,
We're here for us. Is that right, Murata? We're here for us.
yeah, that's all right. That's right, man. So what we're gonna talk about today? Then
Yeah. Well,
I put
today.
it on you.
Yeah, no, no, no. So today we're gonna talk about some basically some topics that relate to history. Back in history, for example, I want to talk about
Oh,
Rome and
history.
yeah, you know,
I love history.
yeah, I know you do. That's why I wanted to get this topic done because it's like
Oh,
it's a nice topic. However, I am gonna say stuff. I'm gonna say stuff that it might not be true. It might be. It's not gonna be 100%
true.
accurate because I'm not. I'm gonna say from
Sometimes
now.
we say stuff that we heard. So
Yes, exactly.
that guy can lie probably. So probably I'm lying to you as well then if I have
Yeah,
been lied to.
exactly. So we're not historians. I'm just gonna say here. I don't know the exact dates of events, but we would love to talk about them because they're interesting, and I love history as well. With from what I've listened to, what I've learned, and yeah, we just gonna go for it. I just wanted to start with saying like, in which kind of historical year would you like to be in? Did you want to be
Me?
when yeah, did you want to be when Napoleon was
Already have my answer.
yeah, go
A lot
for
of
it.
people won't like it, but I already have my answer.
Yeah,
I
go
mean,
for it. I want to
half of
hear
it
it.
is alright. The other half, I think, is a little bit
Yeah.
uh, too much of an evil plan
Oh no.
of changing the history.
Please don't say 1939. No, no, no.
No, 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 don't worry.
That's good. That's
We're
good.
going
That's
way
good. That's
back.
good.
We're
Okay.
going way back.
Go on.
So we're going 2025 years ago.
Oh no. Yeah.
A specific man was born back then.
Mhm.
A lot of people may know him as Jesus Christ. Bro, I'm going back to see if Jesus Christ was God or not. I gotta fucking know, you know what I mean? If
Yeah, I
the
just know
guy's
you mean.
God,
Yeah.
then I know that the God was real, you know what I mean? It's like, it's
Yeah.
one thing about me. It's like,
I'm gonna.
I'm a very logical guy, and that's why I don't believe in
Yeah.
God mostly. But, there's always that side of me that maybe God is real. So if I could go back in time, I would go and just check if Jesus Christ was really God or not.
So you're agnostic, basically. That's what it
Yeah.
means. So you're basically you think you're basically you don't really believe in God, but you're like there might be a side of
Yeah,
you that
like
yeah
if he was real, like I will not be like, oh no, there's no way. I will not like just like I would be like, yeah, okay, that's all right.
yeah I
He's
can
real. He's
understand that yeah
God or not. You know what I mean? It's like I don't mind either way.
yeah I'm the same I'm the same with you I'm the same with you. I mean
I'm just like a logic guy. I want you to explain it to me.
yeah sorry guys I do apologize. I'm ill.
Yeah.
Sorry it's
I'm
Renato
over here,
so
guys. I'm ill as well, but I don't think I'm gonna have the coughing problem like
yeah
him.
so I'm just gonna move
So
the mic a
it's
little
like
bit yeah go on.
for me, I'm basically like Thomas. If you know him, I don't know if he became a saint by the end of it or not, but he
Yeah
didn't believe on God and in Jesus' resurrection, but he wanted to see Jesus. So until he saw Jesus, and then Jesus told him that, yeah, you should believe without seeing, the
yeah
classic religion
mhm
lesson there. But yeah, so that's gonna be the first plan. So we go back and we check if Jesus Christ was really God or not. Here comes the little bit of a twist in the
oh
story.
no
If we find out that Jesus Christ is not God,
yeah
I'm taking that guy's place. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna do exactly what he did. I'm gonna pull out the plan on the same way, and everybody in the world is gonna start. Half of the world is pretty much gonna believe in me.
Oh no. What do you think? Why do you think that's gonna be? Why?
Because, I mean, listen, if you go back in the past
Yeah.
with the knowledge you have now on some stuff, you know what I mean? And you go with a plan, you know what I mean? You don't just go randomly and just like, oh, popped up in the past. Like you go with a plan, you know some stuff that is gonna
Yep.
happen, you know what you need to do. A lot of people will believe you. Like if I go with my glasses now and the guy can't see and I put my glasses on his eyes and he can start see a little bit, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay,
The
I know.
guy's
Yeah,
like,
bringing
oh,
technology.
you brought my
Yeah.
eyesight back.
I know you
You
mean. I know
can
you mean. Can I ask you something
you can
though?
do some stuff like that, but
Because can I ask you
yeah,
something
you can do
before you
some.
go?
Yeah,
Nado.
yeah, yeah.
So before you start say what your plan is again to like be God, what if you go back, right?
Yeah.
And you go because we know that Jesus basically existed as a person. Scientists
Yeah.
have revealed that
Yeah,
Jesus
that's why
basically was a
I
person,
know
yeah.
that he existed. That's why I
So
said
what?
I'm going back to see
Yeah,
if he was God
I have a question for
or
you.
just a normal human being.
What happens if you go there and this person sees you and he says to you, "You're not supposed to be here, my child." What are you gonna
Oh,
do then?
that's it. I would be like, hey, what's up, brother? I knew you were real, and we become a follower of God. Now
Wouldn't
I
that
will know the guy is
wouldn't that
real, so I
scare
can
you?
believe in him.
Wouldn't that scare you?
Oh, I would shit my pants. I would be like, please, please, I didn't mean any of the plans that I had. You know what I mean? Please, for forgiveness, I would beg down for forgiveness.
Yeah, I know you mean. Yeah, I would shit my pants as well. To be fair, if that was
But of
the
course,
case.
but here's the but. I have thought about this. But what if a
Mhm.
future me goes before me there and
Ah.
warns him that I'm coming?
Mm,
So that's time for you there. So the time
yeah,
things is a little bit weird, but yeah, you can go down this loophole
yeah,
of time, I guess.
yeah. I know what you mean. I can
But
understand
yeah,
that.
the first thing I will do is I will go to meet Jesus Christ because I really want to know
Yeah,
like how he was as a human because everybody says that he was the nicest human being they met. Like everybody describes
yeah.
him as the nicest human being. So it would be a nice, cool thing to do to see Jesus. And
Mm,
then if I can't do that, I would like to go to the Troy War and see if it was real or it was just a myth.
that is actually so
I want
true.
to see Achilles. I want to see
Troy.
Achilles fight.
Troy War, right? It was. I think a lot of history says like it was basically where Turkey
Hey,
is right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And a
So
lot of
yeah,
people say that I think it was close to Constantinople, like close to the Istanbul
yeah,
for
yeah.
English.
Oh, you said Constantinople. Oh.
Ah, yeah, I said the Greek name there for a moment. I
Ah.
turned it real quick to the Turkish one.
It's alright.
So a lot of people say that it's a myth, the war never
Yeah,
happened. But I believe that the war happened is just like like Achilles wasn't a semi demigod; he was just a good fighter. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
probably, yeah.
That's what I think. Like Greeks just went
I
there. They
think
didn't
it's
went for pretty Helen. They went for to just conquer the place because it was in a nice spot
yeah. What
for
I think it
trading.
actually is, Renato. I think it's historians or mythologists. They like to blend things
Yeah,
together. It's like, or
because
yeah, go on.
it's like when you say a story about yourself, like,
Mm.
"Oh, I went to the pool," and you just like nothing really happened in the pool. You just went to the pool, but then you say, "And then I saw that pretty girl, and I talked to her, and
Yeah,
you add some stuff to make the story a little bit more spicier and a bit nice because, like in your mind, the story is kind of boring, so there's no point in saying it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So you spice it up a little bit. So you put a little bit of lies, but in lies, there's always some truth.
yeah,
That's what I like to believe.
yeah. I basically, that's what I think is like the Odyssea, for example, when Odysseus, as we call him in Greek, he, I think he stopped in a lot of islands, first of all, but it was kind of like he tried to escape from a lot of like, let's say, tribes,
Yeah, I
kingdoms, and
think.
in that
Yep.
in that
Yeah.
point, I would say, in that point in Greece, Greece was never united. Like it was
Yeah.
never in ancient Greece. Ancient Greece, ancient Albania with the Illyrians, they were basically kingdoms per kingdom. Like you would go from one village to the other, and it would be completely different, basically king. They were never united. That's why I wanna shift, from going to, as you said, Jesus basically, to the Jesus era and the ancient Greece. I wanna shift and go to Rome because this is interesting, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when Rome basically, so the kingdom of
Oh,
Rome rised
oh,
up, I did not think like they fought with Greeks, right? But
yeah.
what do you
They,
think they actually
they
did
won
something?
Italy as well.
Yeah. Do you think they did something right though? Because I think they did a lot of stuff that actually helped Greece to be in where it is right now, and I can explain why. Do you want me to continue with it?
Yeah, you can go with your thing, and I'll say maybe we have the same thoughts. So let me
Yeah.
just hear yours.
So hear me out, right? Hear me out. So Greece was kingdoms everywhere. It was like every village had a kingdom. They were never together. They were never together. Rome went there, conquered everything. They basically got the whole of Greece to themselves, right? And Albania as well. And they united everyone by making them Romans, didn't they? Because everyone there
Yeah,
was
they,
Romans. Yeah. And also, everyone that was in the army in Rome, there could be a general and there could be a leader. Because back in Rome, there used to be, there used to be, I do apologize. There used to be a guy, I forgot his name. If you remember his name, please let me know, Renato. You can search it up. He was a person that became a leader of Rome and saved Rome for falling apart. And he was from Albania, from the region in Albania, and he saved Rome from
I
falling
don't know about
apart. I think you heard it,
I
you
don't
haven't you?
remember.
You never heard it before.
No, I think no.
Yeah, he was a general. He was a really good fighter, and he was from a region in Albania. I forgot his name, what it was. So if we find out, guys, I'll let you know when Renato is speaking for another story. I'll find out. I'll let you know. He basically helped the whole of Rome for falling apart. He encouraged everyone to fight for the country, basically for Rome.
I'm
And
searching a little bit here online. It says
yeah,
even Constant the Great was Illyrian, which is pretty much on
yeah,
the
I've seen this
continuous.
like yeah, I've seen this. What I think is literally like half and half. They were literally all together. That's why we have, for example, Greeks and let's say Italians. They have the saying "Una fata una rata." It's as we say. I think it's correct. I'm not sure, but that's what we say. It's basically like we're the same because we were so many years together. We blended so many years together, and I think it was a good thing because they united the Greeks. And then when Western Rome fell apart,
Yeah.
the Byzantine Empire came in, and they were a huge empire. And it was mainly spoken by, they were speaking Latin, they were speaking Greek. But what did that do? That united a whole country that was in war with each other for as long as you can remember. Ancient Greece was in war with every single person you could find. Like they were in war with a neighbor, like the neighbor kingdom or something like that, isn't it? Which is true.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Athenians, they hated Spartans. Spartans hated Athenians.
yeah, I think it's hated Epirus as well. Epirus was going to war with
Greece was
Sicilians.
Yeah, Greece was basically who was the strongest at that point. So
Yeah,
a certain point was Athens. Then everybody hated Athens. Then Athens falls. Then the Spartans come. They fall. Then the Thessalians come up, and became like this. Basically, was war for who's gonna be like
yeah.
the guy.
And the Persians were coming from Asia as well. Where they were killing the Persians. And then sometimes the Greek kingdoms would go with the Persians. They will make some deals. For example, Spartans make a deal with Persians to basically attack
I
Athens.
think though, I think though we're giving Rome about the. I
Mm,
think the union happened with big Alexander as with the great Alexander as well. Like Roman did, but the great Alexander as well did a
yeah,
good job of uniting the place.
he did a
A lot
good
of
job, but
people
I
want
don't
to be
think
him.
I don't think I think Alexander, as you said, he did a brilliant job. However, sorry about that. I do
After
apologize.
he's dead,
Um, however, I think yeah, the basically went back to killing each other again. So, but however, Alexander he basically created the foundations of having a strong um, empire, of having a strong empire. So every single man in history, like you will see them, that they wanted to be like Alexander. Do you know what I mean? Every single man.
Yeah,
Napoleon wanted to be like Alexander. Even Napoleon, even
I mean the
after
guy
so many
conquered a
years.
lot, so
Yeah,
because of how much he succeeded. Like the
yeah,
thing that this man did, and he would not have stopped. By the way, he would have taken even more, but the
yeah,
troops didn't want to go and fight anymore because they were tired, which was completely normal. Imagine like you want 10 years
yeah. In
fighting, you
Asia
want
as
to
well.
survive this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You want to go back home, and this guy just keeps want to fight. He's
I
crazy. He
know.
just wants to keep going. And that's the difference. Sometimes there's some crazy people like Alexander that's gonna do great things, and but nobody else is gonna be like them. That's the problem for the people like Alexander and Achilles, I guess, and a lot of big Napoleon, a lot of big people. They were like special, on
Yeah.
their mindset. I think it's the same thing nowadays with billionaires. You can say some people who become billionaires, they have that mindset that they can't stop. They want more and more, and they will do anything to get more.
Mhm.
And there is other people like if you told me if I get 10 million, I will stop. I will not bother anymore. Like I will not try to become a billionaire. I will never try to be a billionaire. If I can
Right.
get
I
enough
think
money,
I found. Sorry about that. I'm gonna stop you.
yeah,
I found the character. I found the emperor as well. That I said about you. That he was a military leader that played a key role in reuniting the Roman Empire, as I said, after a period of crisis. Right. They were
yeah,
fighting a lot of rebels. They were fighting a lot of
and yeah,
barbarians
I
at the
think
time as well.
how
His name is
this is how Roman.
Aurelian. He's Aurelian, and he's
I mean,
Illyrian
yeah,
from the Illyrian region. That
that's some
was
Albanian name right there.
yeah, yeah. It's a bit of name as well. It has his roots. So it's like this is what I liked. That I said about Rome. It's like everyone was included. If you were good enough, you would go ahead and save the empire, and that's
What
what
I
he
like
did.
about the Roman Empire, which I think they did a great job and helped Greece a lot, this one as well, was their technology and art.
Yeah.
They're like basically there was a point in the empire where there was peace, and that's when the artistic side, the technology side comes in. When the society progresses forward because there's no more war. I mean, there was still war, but there was not enough war to stop them from progressing. And I
Yeah.
love that they saw the Greek technology and the art and everything, and they didn't destroy it. They liked it, so they said we're
Mhm.
gonna copy it and make it better,
Yeah.
which is what you should, in my opinion, do most of the time. Is you should not destroy somebody else's culture because you took over.
Yeah. They
I
should
think you
embrace
should
it.
check and find the good things because there's always some good things that you didn't think about and other
Yeah.
people did,
I
and you
think.
can take that
Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
because I mean, let's say the 12 gods, right? I
Yeah.
mean, the real name is Dias, but nobody knows that. Everybody knows him as Zeus to these days. Why? Because of the Roman Empire. It's not because of the Greeks that
Mhm.
people know
Latin.
Zeus.
Latin. Yeah.
Zeus is a Latin word, and Athens, all this they copied and they put it on their own thing, and now everybody knows about it. Everybody knows it's like they're the Greek gods and everything, but they know it because of the Roman Empire, not because of the Greek.
Yeah.
Uh, the Greeks didn't really do much in this sense of spreading that knowledge. They just kept it to themselves, and then the Roman Empire took all of that knowledge that they had and they implemented in their own empire and made it better. Like they created more stuff, more good stuff, like roads. They created like the water things, like the water system and all this good stuff that we still use to this day, but
Mhm.
in a more
They create
progressed way.
the baths as well. The baths. Don't forget.
Yeah,
And basically the public toilets with the how hygiene they were, but they had that stick with a sponge that everyone was using, which is disgusting, but it was still something back in the day instead of using the
was
hands. So basically, what they used to do in the public toilets, right? When they had a poo, they had like a stick with a sponge. They had a stick with a sponge. They'll basically like clean themselves up instead of using their hands.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's better than using your hands at that point.
Mhm. But yeah, it's basically good hygiene. Back in the day, it was.
I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. A lot of people, even later on in world, had probably worse hygiene than them,
I
honestly.
know, yeah, because it's like
So
all the stuff that I've been basically seeing. So
I think
basically,
the
that
Roman
yeah,
Yeah, I think like the Roman Empire did good. I mean, every empire falls. I think like I don't think any empire will ever last forever. I think every empire falls. So I know people will say, but
yeah,
if it was so good, why did it fall?
yeah,
Because every empire will fall because not every man who
yeah,
gets the power. Like August, the first guy who was the emperor, it was the guy was the best emperor they
mm.
had, and then it started declining because sometimes the emperor is not the best man who should be up there. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Yeah, 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 of course,
you
man.
just get
It's
like you just get you did some stuff and you got there,
yeah. He's like,
and yeah, and
corrupt,
you mess up, and then
corruption
you
was
mess
going
up
on.
the whole, and then you mess up the whole empire.
Yep.
And that's why Rome fall from in within. It didn't fall from outside. Nobody
Oh
beat
man.
Rome. Like, Rome beat itself.
Yeah.
It just destroyed itself, and then Constantine the Great saw it and said, "Nope, we're moving out." And he went to the east because he realized that it's better there. He can protect the empire from the Asia
Yeah.
attacks, which was like the biggest threat for for the Roman Empire back then.
I would say the good things about what they did as well was like they were
Yeah.
building stuff
Oh yeah, that's what I
alongside with the
said. They did a lot.
yeah. They were building a lot of stuff alongside with it. Like even in roads right now, like if you go to the island in Greece, the the castles, there's still castles from the empire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people using them, which is mad to me. It's crazy. But that's
No, I
something
went
good that
I
they've
went
done.
to I went to Rome as well
Yeah.
last year. I saw my man, they had it better than Greece, honestly. Athens
Yeah.
doesn't have much left. While in Rome there is still up
Yeah.
a lot of the buildings are still up there.
Yeah.
It
But
was nice to see.
but the thing is like with Rome and Greece, you have to remember that Rome wasn't as far because
Yeah, they didn't get conquered as well
no,
as much
yeah,
as
as much as yeah,
Athens.
because they Greece was conquered by basically the Asian kind of empires all the time. So it's like they were notorious of like destroying stuff that were like
Just say it. Just
historical.
say it. The Ottomans came in and they destroyed everything.
Yeah,
You can just
yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was a dark age. To be fair, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not just saying that because I'm Greek or whatever. And I'm
no,
just saying
no,
so I have been it as
I
well.
think what they did was bad,
Yeah,
but I understand them because we cannot just pretend that
yeah,
everybody else is nice. Greece as well went and destroyed a lot of stuff in Turkey, and we can remember that Christians burned down the Alexandria.
yeah.
How do you say it? The
Library, wasn't it?
Bibliothèque, yeah, the library.
In Egypt, yeah.
So in Egypt, which had a lot of information about the past that we lost because of it, because of stupid stuff.
It
That's why I said
was a lot of
destroy stuff,
information.
keep it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You don't
yeah.
destroy stuff. It's there for a reason. People build it for a reason.
It's just sad to see it, even in like modern day when ISIS was conquering Syria from within. They were destroying artificial. They were just not artificial. They were destroying historical like monuments, sculptures, facts, everything, books.
It's there. I think nowadays as well, like when they protest or something and they just destroy a statue of somebody,
Yeah.
or like you
Oh
go
my
to a
God.
museum and you try to destroy the art,
Yeah.
and it's like why? Oh, sure, you don't believe on that guy's,
Yeah, but
maybe you
let's
don't
be it.
believe in his ideology, but the work is there for a reason. You know what I mean? Like people appreciated his work for a reason.
I think people were really close. The ones that did that, they're really close-minded. Really close-minded. So there's like,
Sad,
I
man.
think
It's sad.
I think there's something of insecurity going on as well.
One of
The
the things
insecure.
that I hate the most with humans is like I hate when people destroy art. For people who don't know, I used to be an artist as well. That's why
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
I'm a little bit
You
biased
still are an
on
artist.
that
You still are an
topic.
artist, but
No, not anymore. I don't. No. It's been a long time.
Mm,
But yeah, it's like something I love art. I love
yeah,
history and I love art. It's like a combination for me. Like
yeah,
all the studies, how I love to see them. So every time I go to another country, that's the first thing I do. I like to go to see the
yeah.
old stuff and the museums, and then I enjoy the city as well, or the village, or wherever I am.
I mean, when I went to Paris, I went to the famous museum. I think it's Louvre.
Oh, Louvre,
Louvre. Yeah, yeah. I
Louvre.
went to Louvre. I enjoyed it, but he
I heard
had
Mona Lisa is very
so.
small.
I seen Mona Lisa in like thing in real
I've not
life.
seen. I've not been to Paris yet, by the way. I don't know why, but I've not been to Paris yet.
You should
Five
definitely
years in
go.
London is the easiest place to go.
You should definitely go. You
And
should definitely have a day.
I was about to go this Sunday, but we went Portugal to Porto
Ah,
because
okay, yeah,
we had only 2 or 3 days,
yeah, yeah.
and that's why
It's
there was no episode. By the way, previous Sunday was because of me.
is it okay? Yeah,
Yeah, but we had only 2 days. My sister said that it's better to not go there
yeah.
because there's too many stuff you need to see in Paris, and you don't have the time.
There
So we need to
was
go. You need to
yeah.
have time to go. So we went
We
to
did
Porto.
a lot of stuff in one day, to be honest, Ben. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was fantastic. And I'll tell you what,
people
to apologize.
going Porto.
Yeah.
Guys, just stay for 2 days and enjoy. There's nothing more to see for 2 days.
Pardon? Sorry?
No, if you go ever Porto,
Yeah.
just go for 2 days. Trust me, don't go for more than 2 days.
Why is
It's
that?
good, but you in 2 days you will see everything, and then it's just like there's nothing for you to do anymore.
Is there
You
not? It's
just, I
a.
mean, like you can go out for like some
Okay.
nightlife or something. I don't even know there was nightlife because I was sick and I couldn't go for
Yeah.
anything.
Okay. Yeah.
So we just did the 2 days. Like we went to all the cathedrals, all the museum and stuff like that. In 2 days, you're pretty much done. You've done everything. You've seen everything you have to see, and then it's more of like having fun, I guess. Like
Italy. It
whatever
takes.
that is fun for you. But
Yeah.
if you want to see the city, 2 days is gone. Like it's done. It's like a small
I
like
say for me, right?
you're gonna walk a lot.
Yeah.
You're gonna go up and down a
I
lot.
know.
There
I
is too
know.
many mountains.
This is Rome. For me, this is Rome. That's how it used to be for me as well. When I went to Rome, I walked like I had 50,000 steps every day when I went
Man,
there. I
I'm
went
not
there for
gonna
4
lie.
days.
When I went to Rome,
Yeah.
Rome was nice, but Vaticano,
Yeah.
fucking that place blew me out, bro. That was
That was amazing.
insane how people have created that
Yeah.
years ago. You know what I mean?
Did you go to the
Why we don't
museum?
have stuff like that nowadays
Did you
when
go to the
we have
museum
better
after
technology?
the
Yeah,
Vatican? Mad,
I
innit?
went. I did
Amazing.
everything. I went to all the churches as well, everything.
Yeah, same.
And
I
at the end, I saw the picture as well. With the golden human that they touch each other
yeah, yeah,
with the
yeah,
finger.
yeah. I've seen
It
that.
was up in the ceiling. I had to you had to look up.
I tell you something. With that, with Rome, I loved that city, but it was really dirty.
Yeah,
It was so dirty.
I
But
saw it as
I
well.
I don't know why, but I love the city. It was one of the cities I'm probably gonna go back again, and it's because of the
So
architecture. It's because you can walk the
I
city.
like the old stuff.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
city itself was alright for me, but I like the old stuff. The only problem I had was like I forgot, the palace, like the white one,
yeah.
like the big white palace. I think they could have, painted a little bit on top with some white.
Uh,
That was my only problem with the place there
yeah,
because it was nice. It was sad that they hadn't like
yeah,
painted it, and it was like decaying with like
yeah.
mold and stuff like that. And it's like
Ah,
sad. Like
okay,
you could
yeah.
paint it white. It's not like you are like changing it or something. Just
Mm.
paint a little bit white on top.
I'll tell you something. I went to so many cathedrals in that, and I think everyone, if you listen to this podcast, everyone that actually goes to
Yeah,
Paris, you should honestly just get yourself ready to walk. Because
Paris
walking,
or
you
Rome. You
see.
change it from Rome to Paris.
No, sorry, sorry. Paris, actually, no. Paris is huge. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
think Paris
difficult to
you
walk
just
everywhere
walk
in
in the middle,
Paris. No.
no? In the
I'm
Eiffel
in
Tower
Rome.
across them.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I've seen Eiffel Tower when the lights go off. It's
I've never
amazing.
seen.
It's amazing, man. I think you should go.
I want to see the
You should do
church
it.
as well.
You
Yeah, I
should.
want to see the church as well where Quasimodo was.
Yes, yes. I've seen that as well. I've seen that as well.
I
The
think it's
Notre Dame.
closed now because it got burned down or something.
I don't know which. Ah, that one. You can see from the outside because I
Yeah,
think they saved a little bit.
you,
But
you
I
cannot go
went
in.
to Notre Dame, something like that. I went to a lot of them. I saw a lot of stuff in Paris. it was a beautiful city for me because it was reminding me like Rome. And I went to the Louvre Museum, as I said before. But
Mhm.
apparently, my tutor, not tutor, what am I saying? The tour guide, the guy
Yeah,
that was basically getting us out, he said to us that he's gonna basically take us to all the ones that we need to see. For example, the Mona Lisa, a lot of
yeah, yeah, the
stuff.
main ones.
The main ones that you need to see. There was a. Do you know what? You know, your mind will be blown, right? There was a lot of Greek stuff. A
Yeah,
lot of Greek stuff. I'm not gonna lie, everything there was either Italian or Greek. Like the monuments, the artifacts, the sculptures and everything. And
don't
they
worry,
were
bro. Just come to
authentic.
London, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go to the museum in London.
It's just
You
Egypt,
will see more.
Egyptian, Greek, whatever you like.
I think I went to the. Did you went to Athens Museum in up in the
I
Acropolis?
haven't, no. But do you know what though?
If
I'll tell you
you go
something.
in,
Yeah.
70% of the things are missing, and it says below is in the London Museum.
Yeah, because that's what
And I'm like, oh, I saw that in the London Museum. It's right.
man. I have no problem Greek stuff being in France, right? I have no problem with that. They've been in France because everything, like the money that they're making in Louvre Museum and stuff like that, it still goes to the European, to the EU, right? But the
Don't say it.
stuff,
You live in this country. Don't say it.
yeah, no, I'm just gonna say it because it's like everything
Fire
goes to
him.
you. I'm gonna say, for example, everything they make in this country goes to their own pocket from the British Museum. And they say they have always that thing. They
It's
say like
free, no?
it's
Going inside the British Museum. I'm pretty sure it's free, no?
even if it's still free. Like okay, so you say it's free.
I mean,
What?
probably there's donation and stuff like that that they give.
Yeah. Okay, let's say you think in a different way. I'm thinking a capitalist way. You go inside, you spend 2 hours, you spend 3 hours. What you gonna be? What you gonna
Not
be
gonna
after 3 hours? You're gonna be hungry, aren't you?
Oh Lord,
There
look at
you
him.
go. So this okay, is one person hungry? He goes next door. He goes to the British shop. He buys something. He buys a lunch. It's a whole family lunch, £70, right? Or nowadays, 100 quid. 100 quid. Where does that go with tax? See?
Goes to the British Empire.
Exactly. So let's say now the monuments, the 70% monuments and the sculptures, they go from British Museum to the Greek one. So the people that go in Greece and they see them, let's say they spend 3 hours. They get hungry, they get thirsty, they go to the restaurants, you know? Oh, and this as well. What about transport as well? They pay for transport. You pay for Instacards.
Bro is calculating everything.
Yeah, no, it's a capitalist thing. It's a capitalist. Every single penny matters to them. Do you know what I mean? That's how you get money. That's why money works, man. It's like how we say in Greece. We say we have a thing, a sentence. We say, for example, fasuli to fasuli yemis to sakuli, which means every bin counts, and it basically fills up. So every penny fills up to something, doesn't it? So that's why the thing, the sculptures and stuff like that, they wanted to be in the Greek museum because it's not basically also that it's themselves is Greek, and the Greeks at the time they didn't have authority. They were enslaved by the Ottomans. They didn't have a say about the monuments, the sculptures. They didn't have a say, for example, to say, for example, no, we don't want to give them away. It's the Ottoman Empire that wants to give them away because they hate us. So they have a say for that. Now that is safe, the country is like generally safe. There's no war. They're part in NATO. There's
Man,
nothing that can happen.
I mean,
It's not
it's
safe.
not just this. I think it's a lot of countries that got done wrong by the British Empire. But I mean, fair play to them, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not
What can
saying
you
it. I'm
say?
just saying that. Look, if you're a true ally to a country like that, you should give it. But it's controversial. I know that people will say, for example, "Oh, we got them" and stuff like that. You know what? Fair enough to you, but this is what true thing is. This is what true ally will do. But yeah,
I think, to be fair, I think they should get compensated probably from like the EU or something.
no, I don't
Maybe like
think.
a portion of the money that you get from the sales or something from the museum to go to them,
Um,
because at the end of the day they did bought like if you stole them, then you don't deserve them, right? If you bought them,
Yeah,
though, I mean, at the end of the day, you did bought them. It's not your problem that they got sold by
yeah,
somebody else.
I
You know what I
know.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean,
But I think they should get like compensated in a way for sending them back.
yeah.
But yeah, we know that it's not gonna happen. But maybe it happens after the Queen. Now with the Queen dead, maybe one day somebody decides to send
Nah,
it back.
don't think
You
so.
already know that the Queen will have never sent
They
us
work.
back.
Yeah, they all work the same way, man.
The problem is as well, like if Greece, let's say, takes them back, then French is gonna come, then the Egyptians they're gonna come, the Indians they're gonna
Yeah,
come, and
exactly.
everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's mine, by the way.
Look, I haven't,
So they're gonna keep giving everything
I
away.
haven't got an issue with being a regime. I'm just saying, this regime. I'm just saying that it should be that way. If you have an
Oh yeah,
ally, it should be the way of like, it's your ally. Nothing's gonna happen to them, and it's like it's a good thing to do to give something back. For example, in the country, like, can you imagine if it was the other way around? Let's say, okay, let's say this right. The Romans conquered south of England. They got the, is it the Stonehenge or something like that? One of the rocks that's been there for ages, and it's like an Anglo, like, what the natives have, and they stole it, and that, by coincidence, that ended up in Greece. Wouldn't it be a good thing to give it from there, from Greece to UK? It would be a good thing.
yeah.
I'm just saying, but I'm not saying that Greece would have done that as well. I don't believe that they would have given it back, but
Hopefully not.
I'm
Don't
just
think
saying,
anybody
for
I think that's gonna
cultural
be our thing. Everybody's gonna
reasons,
give that.
yeah, for cultural reasons, I just say that it should be a good norm to do that. Like, France has a lot of them as well, you know. France has a lot of Greek sculptures at the same time. When I went there, I saw probably most of the stuff was Greek, man, or Roman, or like, from Italy.
Yeah,
But the Mona Lisa, it's Da Vinci's job. He basically, what was said to me from the guide, he said that he came to France and he created it in France and he retired in France. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So that's what happened. And then I think it was in the 1950s, there was an Italian person that stole the Mona Lisa, and that's how it became popular because it was small. Mona Lisa was small, so he was quite quick to steal it and leave, for example. So that's what happened. An Italian person
basically the
stole the
one
Mona
that we have
Lisa.
may not have even be the true one. It's
No,
like a fake one. Everybody,
it is a true one. I'll tell you
like
why.
everybody
Because
thinking that is the real one.
maybe, but he said that he
Reminds me,
stole it.
you know that story about the like a Russian guy, something like that, and he stole pretty much all like billions worth of paintings, but he couldn't sell them because if
Mm,
he sold them, like he would have gotten caught.
yeah, yeah, it's true. I
And
mean,
and then I think his wife or somebody like ratted him out,
yeah,
and he found with billions of like you have billions in your house, but you can't get them because you can't sell it.
it's a
But I think they
stupid
were like.
thing, man.
Yeah, but it is what it is, I guess.
But
But
yeah,
like,
let me
I think
let
that's
me
why
tell you what
nowadays
happened.
you can't
Yeah,
like there is all the security and this stuff because of this guy because he just realized that can just go with like a screwdriver, open the thing, just get it and leave.
yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
I know, and they do it. But let me tell you something about the Mona Lisa again. That's how the picture became
Yeah,
popular because the Italian guy stole it in the 1950s. He went to Italy. It was 1950s or 1930s, something like that. He went to Italy and he tried to sell it in the Italian government for money, right? Like, there you go. I got the Mona Lisa
yeah,
back. Here's your. The Italians got the painting and they arrested the person. The person got jail time, and they basically gave the Mona Lisa back to the French government because it said that that was left there by the creator. Because, and I understand that because if Da Vinci wanted the painting to be in Italy, he would leave a note. He would send the painting in Italy before he died. He was a smart person. He wasn't dumb. So that's what happened. He left for Italy. Whereas he left it
yeah.
for France. Sorry, he left for France. Whereas basically, uh, if he did something else in Italy, he would have left the stuff from Italy to Italy. So that's why sometimes creators give it away the stuff to the country that basically gave them a home.
I get what you mean.
Yeah,
Insane how we went from history to Mona Lisa getting stuck.
It's history, man. It's history.
Classic,
It's still history. It's still like sculptures.
classic
So
Open
it's
the Line
history.
podcast. We start with something, we end
Yeah,
up
yeah.
on a different theme always.
It is. It is. We're basically putting some salt on it. So some controversial stuff, and you know. But yeah, guys, I'm just gonna say a recap again. I can go and see the sculptures, the Greek ones in the British
Oh
Museum,
yes,
whenever I like. I don't have
before we
a
end the
yeah.
podcast and everything, we didn't answer one question.
Go on.
Where would you like to go in history? You never told us. I think
Ah.
I was the only one who said it.
I would like to go.
You ended
History
with
is
this,
every.
no?
I would love to be right in
Yeah.
history. I would love to be in modern history actually. I would love to be 1980s in America. And the reason
What
is
would you do?
because,
What would you want to do there?
bro, it was the boom of the arcades. It was a boom of like people being out. It was like the rock bands going through. I think it was
You just
amazing
smoke
period to
that
be in
weed. Tell me the
America.
truth. You just wanna be a hippie and smoke that weed. That's the reality,
No,
right?
no, no, no. I don't want to be that.
Truth. Say it.
I wanted to be a stupid teenager going driving cars and going out and stuff like that. Like experience that at that time, what it was like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean, mate.
I don't want to be a hippie, but it's like I wanted to be in a kind of era because it's like there's no phones, there's no stress about that. It was mad. It's mad. It was kind of like how we were in the early 2000s, or when we were kids, for
Yeah.
example, before the inventions. But we had,
I didn't have phone until 18.
there you go. But we had like the best of both worlds. We had the best of both
Yeah,
worlds, basically. So that's,
man, it was insane when the first iPhone, like the first touch screen
yeah,
phone was invented. I never believed that. I thought that was just something in the movies that will never happen.
yeah,
And I remember like a year later, people were saying like it's gonna be with a hologram next year. Stuff is gonna come out of the,
yeah,
and it's pretty much happening slowly now.
yeah,
It's probably
yeah.
gonna, but it's like we've been in this stagnation a little bit, where it's like nothing is really happening anymore because we already did a lot of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? But I think now with AI starting again, like to the crazy stuff coming back again, like we're like creating some crazy
Mm,
stuff again.
there is quite a
That's
lot
gonna
of
change
stuff.
the world again.
I'll tell you something as
Let's see
a
what's gonna be the next thing that's gonna change the
Mm.
world.
I'll tell you something. The crazy stuff already
Yeah,
been out with AI. They've been testing them for years before they get them out. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you that. They've
yeah, for
been
sure,
testing them
man.
for years. So that's what happens. That's what happens in a company. They test something for years before they get like 3 years at least before it gets out. So that's how they do it.
And
But
look
they
at
don't say the
AI, man,
testing.
is already developed to a
Yeah.
crazy point now. Soon, like not even soon, maybe probably from next year, you will not even tell the difference between a normal video and an AI video, bro. I'm telling you, it's
Probably,
already
yeah.
going there.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy the way it's going there. It was when it came out. It
Crazy. I
was
don't know what's gonna happen with the new age, but let's see.
there was a
Let's see what
lot.
the new
There
thing
was
is gonna be.
when it first came out. It was a lot of stuff that yeah, as a teacher. Sorry, when I used to work as a
I'm not gonna
teacher.
lie, I used it a little bit for art. It
Yeah.
was fun because it was easy. It was making your art
Yeah.
cycling, but it was stupid. It will come like I don't know how people use it because nothing that I wanted will come out. You know what I mean? It wouldn't come as I
Yeah.
wanted. It felt like it was coming something else.
There is crazy
But
restrictions now, I'll tell you that, but I think we should get off that because we basically went from history to AI, which is mad. But yeah,
AI is history, is the future.
it's true,
Is
it's a
hu-
future history. I mean, it was gonna be a history, yeah. But yeah, I think we should do an episode, about like what happens if they
yeah.
take over the world, and I'll talk about AI
But,
because
oh, you can do an episode. What we're gonna think is gonna happen in the next 50 years or
yeah,
something
I
like that.
guess so. I mean,
Check
yeah,
it. 20 years, 10 years. Check the
I would love
predictions.
to. I would love to be
If
fair.
we get the predictions out
It'll
or
be
not.
one in the books. All right, guys. I'll tell you then. I think we should stop the video right now.
Yeah.
I had a really good conversation. We went to be. We had a lot of stuff. We had a lot. We had like a debate as well. But yeah, it
Nice
was quite
episode.
nice. It was quite nice, and I'm good to be back and talk to you.
Hey, Joe, man.
Hey guys, as always, guys. See you later.
Well,
Enjoy.
see you next Sunday, hopefully.
Yeah, next Sunday.
If we are not banned.
We'll see. We'll see.
If
Okay,
you
guys.
please don't ban me.
Enjoy the video. See you guys later. Bye bye. Bye.